Yo, what's good, homies? It's your boy Stunula. I've been playing this game for about over a year right now, and I want to tell you some things that you can improve on as a killer and a survivor that can help improve your game and hopefully lead to more wins or just more escapes. So let's go. There's a lot of things that you can do on Survivor and you can do on Killer that either benefits you or totally will lose you the game. And there's little things that you can do as a Survivor and Killer that can win you a game, essentially. They're little things, but a lot of the times the little things really matter in this game. And if you can work on the little things, then the big picture of you escaping is going to be more relevant. The first tip in no particular order is when you're playing as a killer, pick up facing a wall or a tree. Or if you're playing as a survivor, when you go down, crawl out into the open or underneath a pallet to delay the killer's picking up. This really helps your teammates if they want to set up for a pallet save or a flashlight save to give them the proper angle for them to be the most successful. Especially when you're playing solo queue, you want to set your teammates up for success and you want to give them the easiest possible time so they don't fail. A lot of the time with solo queue, it is hit or miss whether you're going to get really good teammates or you're going to get a bunch of spuds in your lobby. No offense to the potato lovers out there. Your boy loves French fries. Don't hate on me. A lot of killers aren't going to pick up if you go down under a pallet right away. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. It just depends on whether or not they can see one of your teammates in the close vicinity. A lot of the time you're going to get away with you being able to fully recover and one of your teammates coming over and either dropping the pallet and healing you up on your side or going for a CJ tech. If you want to avoid getting CJ teched as a killer and not looking goofy, what you can do is you can just basically attack when they vault over the pallet instead of hitting your space bar trying to break the pallet manually. Because what a CJ tech does is it basically overrides you into picking up the survivor instead of breaking the pallet when you hit your spacebar. Alright, moving on to every killer's worst nightmare is when they're trying to tunnel someone out of the game and they can't because your team is body blocking. It's a really good thing if someone's on death hook to just body block for them, because this will hopefully allow them to make it to endgame, potentially getting their adrenaline. And if you can learn how to effectively body block one of like the strongest killers in the game, such as a blight, it really helps you to keep your teammates alive who are weaker in chase. What I do when I try to body block is I try to wrap around the injured survivor and almost give them the opportunity to get the space in front of me while I'm behind them, just trying to be a wall, essentially just annoying the killer and forcing them to smack me instead of the survivor. There's not really any counter to this other than just injuring the survivor or using a perk like Save the Best for Last that allows you to recover quicker in between hits, so you can hit somebody that's body blocking and then immediately go after the next person because your recovery speed is a lot quicker. With the new updates to Survivor HUD and your ability to see whether or not your survivors are on generators or your survivors are cleansing totems, opening chests, it really makes a big difference if you start to focus on it and try to realize when you should be on a gen, when you should be going for a save, when you should be trying to take a body block for someone if the last gen is gonna pop and they have adrenaline, trying to just extend their chases. Just by having this information readily available to you is huge. Alright, let's talk about when your teammates get hooked and when you have to go for a save versus when you should stay on your gen. In most cases, you really don't want to let your teammate go to second stage on their first hook because it just allows the killer to do their job a lot more effectively and simply just get 2 hooks on someone instead of 3 hooking them to kill them. So that being said, is if you are playing a game and you have no hooks and one of your teammates is getting tunneled, go down for them. Body block the killer, force them to down you. Do not let your teammate go down. And if there's a way for you to get your teammate off the hook so they don't go to second stage and you have to take a hook for them, so be it. It sucks, I know. It's a shitty feeling when the killer can't catch you all game, but the only time that they can catch you is when they're sitting in front of a hook waiting for a hook trade. That's why it's called the hook trade. It's unfortunate, but a lot of the time, if you don't want your teammates to die early in a game, that's what you have to do. Ultimately, there are some rare cases where, I mean, we've all been there. We've all been there with your boy Bubba. And if you haven't, I mean, I hope you have that experience one day to just sit there and just have a nice conversation with a friendly Bubba on hook. There's certain times where you shouldn't hook trade because the most effective thing for you to do is literally just sit on gens, because if a killer is adamant on camping, I mean, that's what they're going to do, and you want to try and get out of that game as soon as possible. And in most cases, the best case scenario is the killer getting a 1k and you getting 3 people out of the game if they're camping with a chainsaw or they're camping with an insta-down ability. Sometimes it's better to just take the 3-man out than to give a killer extra kills, especially extra kills that they don't deserve. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys drop a like and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I normally don't upload guides, but if you guys want to see me do more guides in the future, make sure to let me know. Make sure to let me know down in the comments below. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this. It means the world to me. As always, have a good one, homies. Stay safe.